So, Dr. Viva, do you have any concerns with the current policies and procedures for voting?
I would like to see a federal law besides us having to be 18 years old, a constitutional law,
Mhm.
besides the 15th and the 19th amendment, something that definitely says in regards to same-day registration about voting, to if someone can produce a particular, because voter ID laws are coming back, right? Where you have to show this and that. Although we have had the Voting Rights Act, which is supposed to get away with that, but how people are finding loopholes. But I think if we can have same day registration, if people can show mail or something, or bill, I want to say utility bill or something, that they have resided at that address within the last 30 days, because in New Jersey, I believe it's 21 days that you can change your address. You can re register to vote if you move, but we don't have same day registration. There's a move towards that. We just had early voting within the past couple of years, where some states were far ahead. And just, I'm going to give this instance. I think politicians also need to respect the will of the people when it comes to voting, when they vote for something. A couple of years ago, and I have not looked into it, the voters of Florida voted for people who were convicted to be able to engage to vote. The legislature turned over the right of people. So that's another reason why I'm sorry why some people may not vote, right? Because it's like, what's the point? We voted for this. And I have to say, in New Jersey, those who are because once you're off parole or probation, before you could vote, people think that once you have been convicted, some states may do that, but we have allowed where those who have been can vote. So I think everyone, we need not demonize people because they may be in certain conditions um, that, could have been an unwise choice. But I think everyone should be able to vote. And I think that it should be a federal law around same day registration.
And you make a very good point because I know I thought about this here in Michigan. Have been people who went to prison for selling marijuana, but now we have passed laws where it's big business, and a lot of people in this big business look different than the people who went to prison for this. And so now you have someone who has a record who might not be able to uh, participate in the voting process because of an unfair law that has now, people are now making money, like I said, off of it as a business, and that impacts systems and laws are impacting who is able to participate in the voting process.
And who is making that decision? Is it people who are impacted by that decision? Most likely no. Most likely no. And if they are, you think about what crimes have they committed? Is it more white collar crimes that really don't maybe get prison time? They may have some time or have to pay a fine, but not necessarily prison time. So it's important to look at that too. Who is really making, and some of those laws are made because it benefits a particular demographic.
So let's be very clear though. So we're saying that felons who can't vote, are felons unable to vote?
In some states, yes,
Okay.
convicted felons, and they may have done their time. They may have completed their debt to society. And that's where Michelle Alexander talks about the new Jim Crow, because then they come out and they're treated as second class citizens, where they really can't engage. Because if you paid your debt to society, why are we still holding you as if you are now guilty today, but you paid your debt to society?
Mhm. Good point.